What's in your wallet? Happy Thursday and welcome to the Doom Reports. So I want to talk to you a little bit today about the financial crisis that we're having right now. And I think it's a lot worse than people really realize. Jobs are down, prices are going through the roof, housing is just absolutely ridiculous. Insurance, as far as your health insurance, your car insurance, your homeowner's insurance, is just skyrocketing at levels we've never seen before. And most of the American people are struggling. And it really doesn't matter how much money you make. It just seems like everybody's kind of in the same boat. And the strait has been closed for a little over 2 months now. And that doesn't seem to be something that's going to end anytime soon. Now, that's going to increase prices of literally everything. I know it's just blocking oil and fertilizer and things like that, but it is going to increase the price of everything. And even if everything goes back to normal, here's the problem. The big corporations that are used to making all this money now aren't going to lower their prices, even if things get better, because they never do. And if you look at the number of people that are working one or more full-time jobs, but living in their cars or are just completely homeless, it's getting ridiculous. I know, just to use my little area as an example, we never had homeless people around here, okay? In my 50 plus years, we never had any homeless people around here until the last couple years. And now the homeless population in this area is exploding. And it's not because these people don't have jobs. A lot of them work full-time or multiple part-time jobs, but they can't afford to live inside because the rent around here has went up 3 to 5 times what it used to be. The housing market is just insane. So just as a little example, I looked up the average home price in my hometown in 2020 was $119,000. In 2025, when they did their last assessment, the average home price now is $389,000, which is still below the national average. And of course, during that time period, the wages have definitely not even came close to keeping up with the cost of everything. So now people are forced to get in multiple jobs and working their life away just to, try to maintain. One of the reasons I haven't been able to do my Saturday live stream lately is because, well, I've been picking up some overtime. It's available, so I'm going to do it. And due to all this, the economy is just going to get worse because people don't have the funds available for the extra stuff. And I would advise you not to buy any extra stuff. Now, I'm not talking about prep items. Okay, if you can stock up on canned food and water and things that's going to help you as things get worse, then by all means do it. But I, like us and like many others, and I would advise you to not spend a dime on anything that's not a necessity right now. Personally, since Christmas, we have not bought one single thing that wasn't something we had to have, such as like food or just paying the bills. We've been stocking away every penny we can get a hold of. And yeah, I know it's no fun, but it's what we got to do right now. I think a lot of people are in the same boat, and I don't see it getting any better. So, guys, try to keep a handle on your finances as best you can. I know things are tough, and it just ain't looking real good. So now let's get on to the rest of the news for today. President Trump has ordered the U.S. military to shoot and eliminate Iranian small boats that are choking the Strait of Hormuz. Republicans are taking the first steps towards funding ICE without the Democrats' help. The Trump administration is moving forward to ease federal restrictions on marijuana. Navy Secretary John Felon is leaving the Pentagon because he has been fired by Pete Hegseth. The U.S. has seized another oil tanker as peace talks with Iran remain in limbo. It doesn't seem like there's going to be any peace talks. They were supposed to be some on Monday, but apparently those have already been canceled. President Trump claims that the vote in Virginia has been rigged as the court moves to block redistricting maps. Iran puts out a video of the Strait of Hormuz cargo ship seizure as Trump keeps quiet on his next move. You know, last night there were reports that we were striking Iran again, and oil prices started to skyrocket, and then the Dow Jones futures started to tank, and that rumor only lasted about 5 minutes, and then everybody realized it was false, and everything went right back to normal. So it was kind of crazy watching that. But wildfires destroy nearly 50 homes in Georgia as blazes grow in Florida. Yeah, the Everglades are on fire right now. That's the craziest thing I ever heard. There is an article from CNN talking about tap water toxins. That's something we don't do. We do not drink tap water. Everything that comes out of the faucet goes through the filter. So that's just a little advice I'd give to you as well, because besides the fact that there could be a tax on our water system, I just don't trust it. There is a chemical leak at a plant in West Virginia that has eliminated 2 people and has sent more than 30 to the hospital. There's also a lot of shelter-in-place orders out down there, so if you're in that area, boy, be careful. NPR reports that the tariff refund process has begun for businesses. You know, I don't know what you think about this, but we paid the tariffs, okay? They jacked up the prices to cover the tariffs, and we paid for them. And now they're giving more money to these big corporations that has already pretty much raped us. And now they get all their money back. So they're just going to add to their profit margin for the year. And, oh, by the way, we're not getting a penny of it. I'm sure their employees aren't getting a penny of it either. This just kind of burns me a little bit. A report says that 44% of Americans breathe dangerously polluted air. And in California, that is 82%. Wonderful. A major operation targeting Mexican mafia members is underway across Southern California. Kalshi finds and suspends 3 political candidates for betting on their election races. Can you imagine that? Sounds like Pete Rose thing, right? Trump says the ceasefire will be indefinite as top economists put risk of recession at 40% if the Strait of Hormuz stays closed. I'd say it's a lot higher than 40%, and I don't see the ceasefire lasting. So, a former director of the National Cyber Administration says Anthropic's Mythos AI can hack nearly anything, and we're not ready for that. Microsoft has offered to buy out up to 7% of its U.S. employees. The U.S. weekly jobless claims increased marginally as the labor market remained stable. Well, see, that's a trick. The only reason the jobs numbers are doing okay is because everybody's working 2 or 3 jobs. If everybody was only working 1 job, there would be a shortage of employees. And this is some unconfirmed breaking news that just kind of happened in my little area over the last week or so. So I believe, and this is just my opinion, YouTube, that there is a mole in the ICE agency. And I'll tell you why I believe that. So I'm going to tell you a story. So over this past weekend, I noticed a ridiculous number of people moving out. Moving out of, you see the trash out in front of their house because they've moved out. And then you notice the place is empty. And all of these people were visitors from south of the border, mainly Guatemala. That was kind of curious to me. I thought, why are all these people, where are they going? What's going on? And then all of a sudden, miraculously, yesterday, guess who showed up in town? That's right, our friendly neighborhood ICE agents. So somebody tipped these people off that, hey, they're headed your way. Because I'm sure they don't make this public that, where they're going to next and things like that. I really can't see that. But now there is a ridiculous amount of just empty, abandoned houses sitting around my little area, which is good because we kind of have a housing shortage here right now. So, but somebody tipped these people off. They didn't just all of a sudden miraculously have an epiphany and decide we should all get out of here at the same time. So there's definitely got to be a mole or somebody getting information from ICE, and they're tipping these people off. So that's what I got for you today, guys. Have a great Thursday. Don't let SHTF sneak up on you. Make sure you're prepared. We'll see y'all on the next one.